there and welcome back to my channel. This is Sachin sir and today we will try to understand and solve some property based numericals of quadrilaterals. Here we go with the first sum on the board, that is of rectangle, and if you read the question very carefully you will come to know that you are given with the values of length of the rectangle and the diagonal of the rectangle. And what is our target? We need to find the value of breadth of the rectangle. So before proceeding further, let me clear a few details. Let me tell you some information about the god of geometry. Yes, of course, because without him the geometry is nothing, zero. It is none other than Pythagoras. Yes, you deal with any part of the geometry, Pythagoras will be there for sure. Don't believe me? Here we move on. Consider this diagram on the board. MATS same again, and a diagonal is drawn in it. The moment you draw the diagonal in it, okay, it divides the rectangle into two parts, that is two right angle triangle. Okay, why right angle? Because it's a property of rectangle that every angle is of 90 degree, isn't it right? Yes. So the moment that rectangle is divided into two right angle, you have to choose any one of it. Okay, and now observe, the moment you have right angle triangle, then all the relation of the two side and the hypotenuse. What? You don't know hypotenuse? Let me clear that part also. The side opposite to 90 degree, the way you are looking in the diagram, side opposite to 90 degree is called as a hypotenuse in that triangle. Okay, clear? Now hypotenuse and remaining two sides are related to each other by Pythagoras theorem. Do you remember that? Hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Correct? Yes. And with the help of this formula only, we can calculate the breadth of the rectangle. So move on. Here we go with the formula of the Pythagoras. The moment you put the values, we can say that hypotenuse is nothing but the diagonal, right? And side 1 and side 2 are nothing but the length and the breadth of the rectangle. So here's the next formula. D square, that is diagonal square, is equal to length square plus breadth square. Now substitute the values. We are given with 26 as a diagonal, so 26 square, correct? Length value is 24, so 24 square plus breadth value we need to find. So breadth square or B square is written as it is. The moment you find the square, now don't tell me that you don't know the square. Why not? Square is nothing but number multiplied by itself. So I need to find 26 square. That means I need to do 26 into 26, and that results in here 676, and 24 square is 576. Okay, now the rule to solve any equation, we have to make two parts of the equation in such a way that numbers without letter should be on one side, numbers with letter should be on one side. So over here 576 is without letter. I need to send it towards the 676. How to do it? Of course, 576 is in positive. The moment it goes to the another side of the equality, it goes in negative. So as a result we get 676 minus 576 equals to breadth square or B square. After carrying out the subtraction, we get the answer 100. So that means 100 equal to B square. And always keep it in mind, whenever you apply Pythagoras theorem, at the end of it, to get the final answer, we need to carry out square root without fail. Okay, the moment you take out the square root of 100, you know it, correct? Yes, yes, of course, it's 10, right? So breadth value is 10, and here we got our final answer. Pythagoras theorem is nothing but the god of geometry. It can solve any problem. It can open any lock of it if applied properly. Now here is the next sum on the board about the rhombus. Okay, so I hope you remember the properties of rhombus also. The question says that the diagonal AC and diagonal BD is given to us, and I need to find the side of the rhombus and perimeter of the rhombus. Very first, here is our action plan. Do you know the meaning of perimeter? First of all, sum of all the sides in a diagram is called as a perimeter. Keep it in mind. So to find the perimeter, it is must to find side of the rhombus first of all, because without finding sides we cannot proceed to find the perimeter. So my target is to find side first. Okay, the moment you observe the rhombus diagram here ABCD, and if you remember the properties, you will come to know that the diagonals of the rhombus, they bisect each other and they are perpendicular to each other. So in short, they are perpendicular bisectors of each other, correct? So if you observe the diagram COD triangle, you will know point O is nothing but the 90 degree. So that triangle is right angle triangle, and whenever it is right angle triangle, our old friend, who is that? Who is that? Pythagoras. Yes, again we can apply the theorem of it, right? And the moment we apply the theorem, okay, we will get the answer of the side or whatever side we require, right? And after finding the side, we can proceed for the perimeter. So my action plan is to find the side first by utilizing Pythagoras theorem, correct? And then find the perimeter. The moment you try to apply the Pythagoras theorem, you will come to that we require, check out the diagram, we require CO and OB, but values of CO and OB are not given to me. So before applying Pythagoras theorem, now it is compulsory for me to find the value of CO and OB. And here again the property of a rhombus help us. What is that property? Diagonals bisect each other. What do you mean by bisect? That point O is nothing but the midpoint for AC and BD both, correct? The whole BD is given to me, right? So by making it half, I can find the value of OB, right? And whole AC is given to me. By making it half, I can find the value of OC also. So here we go with the first part of it. Very first, write the property. In rhombus, diagonals bisect each other, right? So with the help of this property, we can say OB equals to BD upon 2, that is equals to 12 upon 2, and that results in 6. So first problem is solved. OB is there with us. Now try to find the OC also with the same manner. So here we calculate for the OC. OC is nothing but AC divided by 2, that is 16 divided by 2, and we get the answer 8, correct? And now the pre-preparation is done properly. So in triangle COB now, we have angle O equals to 90 degree, and that is why we can apply Pythagoras theorem. The moment you apply Pythagoras theorem, the first thing that must come in your mind, where is 90 degree? O. So which side is opposite to it? Confused? Don't worry. See, I'll give you one short key. If the name of the triangle is COB, point O is 90 degree, so remove that point. Which side is remaining? CB or BC. So that BC will be the hypotenuse. Isn't it easy? Yes. So start applying the theorem now. So we have BC square equal to CO square plus OB square, that is hypotenuse square equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Now substitute the value. I need to find the BC, that is sides, right? So CO we got how much? 8. OB how much we got? 6. So square of them, don't forget it. The moment you square it, we get the answer 64 plus 36, and there BC square is equal to 100 now, right? The way I told you, whenever you apply Pythagoras theorem, the ending part is nothing but to take out the square root. The moment you take out the square root, we get the answer BC equals to 100, and that gives me the length of side, right? That is 10 centimeter, and thereon I need to find my next target. What is that? Perimeter of the rhombus. So what the definition says about the perimeter? The way I told you, sum of all the sides in a diagram is called as a perimeter of it. Over here in the rhombus, every side is equal in length, correct? So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, we have 4 times 10, that is 4 times side, and therefore we can write the perimeter of rhombus is nothing but 4 into side. Same formula is applicable to square also. Okay, so perimeter of rhombus is 4 into side. Substitute the value, we get 4 into 10, and as a result we get the answer 40 centimeter. So in all, the side of the rhombus is 10 centimeter and the perimeter of it is 40 centimeter. So boys and girls, here we go with the next sum on the board. The question is related to the square. Okay, now the moment we see the question is of square, all the properties should be there in your mind very first. So what we are given with? We are given with side of the square, that is 8 centimeter, and I need to find the length of diagonal. Okay, so to solve this question there are 2 ways. Okay, one is very short and one is little lengthy comparative to the first one. In the second one we use Pythagoras theorem, and in the first one we apply direct formula. Okay, so very first we'll begin with the Pythagoras theorem, and then I'll let you know about the short formula. Okay, if we observe this square MATH, the way we are taking, now I need to find the diagonal first of all. So consider diagonal, that is empty. Okay, the way in rectangle, diagonal divided the quadrilateral into 2 right angle triangle, here also the diagonal will divide the quadrilateral into 2 right angle triangles. What happens now? We are going to consider one of them. So let's consider triangle MHT. According to the property of a square, every side is equal in length. So we can say MH and HT both are equal in length, and angle H is 90 degree. As angle H is 90 degree, we can apply Pythagoras theorem in this triangle to calculate the length of hypotenuse. How to identify hypotenuse? Side opposite to 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. Okay. And how to get the name of it? In the name of triangle. What is the name of triangle? MHT. Which is the 90 degree H. Remove that H. Which are the two letters remaining? MT. So MT will be the hypotenuse. So here we go with the Pythagoras theorem on the board. Hypotenuse square equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. The moment you substitute the names of the side in it according to that triangle, we get MT square equals to MH square plus HT square. We have to find the square and we get the answer 64 plus 64. Add it, we get the answer MT square equals to 128. And the way I told you, we have to always find the square root at the end. So we get the answer MT equals to under root 128, and that will be my final answer. Boys and girls, actually in the higher standard we have to go beyond this step also. Okay, after this we have to take the square root of 128 and you will get the answer, yes, 8 root 2. You will get the answer 8 root 2. But over here this answer is also correct. The moment you apply short formula, you will get the second answer, that is 8 root 2. So what does the formula say? Diagonal equals to root 2 into side, and finish it off. One formula, diagonal equals to root 2 into side, and immediately you get the answer 8 into root 2, and bang. If the question is of 1 mark, apply the second formula, that is diagonal equals to root 2 into side, and if the question is of 2 mark, follow the steps according to Pythagoras theorem, 2 to 3 marks. Okay. So my dears, this is the next question on the board, and the question says that in a quadrilateral, the ratio of the angle is 1:2, 2:3, 3:4, and I need to find all those angles. Okay. First thing first, the name of the quadrilateral is not at all given to us. So all the properties that we learnt for the parallelogram, trapezium, kite are useless over here presently. So which property is there for the quadrilateral which will be common for all and it is related to angle? Is there any idea for you? Yes, the sum of angles in a quadrilateral is always 360 degree. It doesn't matter what type of angle is there, what is the measure, but when you add all those angles of quadrilateral, the sum will definitely come 360 degree. We got the formula in which we can substitute the value, but which value we should keep? Because angles are not given to me, it is given in the ratio. So very first thing, my target will be to turn that ratio into measures of angle. Do you know why fear when sir is here? What we are going to do, whether you are in 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard, whenever you come across with the ratio, always keep it in mind, begin with the common multiple. That common multiple will help you to turn ratio into particular values. First, you mention that which ratio is given to us. That is 1:2, 2:3, 3:4. Second step, consider a common multiple. Over here I have considered k. Those values will be turned to the value with respect to k. 1:2, 2:3, 3:4. That gives the value 1k, 2k, 3k and 4k. And these will be nothing but the values of angles that we need. So measures of angles are clear now, that is 1k, 2k, 3k, 4k. Now write the property. Sum of angles in quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So when you add all these angles, the way you are looking at in the screen, 1k plus 2k plus 3k plus 4k, my answer should be 360 degree. So add them. All k, when you add, you get the answer 10k equal to 360. Now we have to search such a number. When multiplied by 10, we get the answer 360. For that, do the inverse operation. So 10 will be shifted to other side, that goes in division. Why division? Because 10 is in multiplication with k. Okay. So k equals to 360 upon 10. As a result, we get the value of a k as we require, that is 36 degree. Now this 36 I need to substitute in those values of angle which we found with respect to k. So what we get, 1k equals to 1 into 36, that is equal to 36 degree. Then 2k equals to 2 into 36, that gives you answer 72 degree. 3k equals to 3 into 36, that gives you the answer 108 degree. And 4k equals to 4 into 36, that gives you the answer 144 degree. Now next question, that is asked to us is what type of quadrilateral is this. Observing these angles, we need to decide the type of quadrilateral also. So when you observe these angles, after analyzing them, you will come to know that check third number and fourth number. When you add them, you will get the answer 180 degree. Check the second one and fifth one. When you add them, you get the answer 180. By these angles, we can say that only two pairs of adjacent angles are supplementary, and this is the property of trapezium. So this quadrilateral has to be trapezium, and do not forget to write the reason the way I have shown on the screen. So I hope I made it very clear to you. If you have any doubt, do not forget to drop it down in the comment section below. Then girls, this is the next question on the board, and it is of parallelogram. The question consists 5 to 6 sub questions, and each time whenever you solve it, do not forget to write the proper reason for that answer. The first question is length of WZ is given to me and I need to find length XY. So if you observe the diagram, you will come to know that these two sides are opposite sides. And which is the property in the parallelogram for the opposite side? Yes, opposite sides are equal in measures, and that is why if WZ is 4.5 centimeter, then ultimately XY is also 4.5 centimeter, and don't forget to write the proper reason for it. And what is the reason? Opposite sides are congruent. Second question is again length YZ is given to me, that is 8.2 centimeter, and I need to find XW. Again, if you observe, you will come to know that these two are opposite sides, and again the measures will be equal. Don't forget to write the proper reason the way it is shown on the screen. The next question, it is length OX given to you. Now where is OX? First of all, observe in the diagram. OX is the part of a diagonal, if you observe, right? And what is the property of diagonals in the parallelogram? Diagonals bisect each other. Bisect each other, that means that point O is nothing but midpoint for those both the diagonals. OX is given to me and I need to find OZ. OX and OZ are the two parts of same diagonal. If O is the midpoint, that means OX and OZ both are equal in measure. That is why OZ also is equal to 2.5 centimeter, and the reason is diagonals bisect each other. Next question is OW is given to me this time. OW is 3.3 and I need to find WY. Now again observe, OW is a part of a diagonal. Which diagonal? WY, and I need to find full length of diagonal. Whenever a part is given and you need to find full, make it double. Of course, because O is the midpoint. So one part of that WY is 3.3. So by making it double, you will get the full diagonal. WY equals to 2 into length OW, the way you are looking. And after multiplication with the 2, we get the answer 6.6 centimeter, and that makes my final answer. And the reason will remain same. What is the reason? Diagonals bisect each other. Now last question of this, last sub question of this is angle WZY is given to me 120 degree, and I need to find angle X and angle W. So very first remove those diagonals, okay, and now observe WZY and angle X are nothing but opposite angles of each other. So whenever 3-letter naming is given, boys and girls, you have to consider the middle letter, that is Z, and that is the main angle that we need to consider. So angle Z and angle X are nothing but opposite angles. So if angle Z is 120 degree, then X is also 120 degree, isn't it? Yes. The next angle that we need to find is angle W, and if you observe angle W and angle Z are the adjacent angles. So whenever, what is the property for the adjacent angles? Yes, they are supplementary in parallelogram. Whenever you need to find one of the adjacent angle, okay, then what we need to do, we just need to subtract that other measure from 180. So WZY plus W equals to 180. First of all, reason will be same, adjacent angles are supplementary. And how to find the value of W? 180 minus, yes, 120, and you get the answer 60 degree, and that is the answer for angle W. So my dears, this is the next sum on the board. The question is about rhombus, okay, and one angle of the rhombus is given to us, that is 50 degree, and I need to find all the remaining angles. Before starting the sum, let's be ready with the action plan, because without this we will not go further. What we need to do, before writing down the solution, we will try to solve this by observation. So here is a diagram of rhombus on the board. Consider angle ABK as shown in the figure, and angle 50 is surely there, right? If you observe diagram, 50 degree and angle A are opposite angles, so their measures must be equal because it's a rhombus, and in rhombus opposite angles are equal in measures. If you see angle K and 50 degree, they are supplementary because they are adjacent angles, and in rhombus adjacent angles are always supplementary. So to find the value of a K, we just need to subtract that 50 degree from 180, and as a result we will surely get 130, right? So we know now that angles of this rhombus are 50 degree and 130 degree in alternate order. Isn't it easy? Yes. And now time to write it down on the paper or on the screen. Very first step, you mentioned that we are going to consider angle ABK as shown in figure. Then which property we have utilized? Two properties: opposite angles are congruent and adjacent angles are supplementary. So here we will try to solve first adjacent angles are supplementary, so we will get the value of K. So 50 degree plus K equals to 180 degree, right? After that, that 50 degree will be shifted to other side of the equality, that goes in subtraction with 180. So what do we get? K equals to 180 minus 50, and as a result we get the answer 130 degree, right? Now mention that 130 in the diagram also, correct? Consider, we had already considered angle B and A as shown in figure. Now observe the diagram. 50 degree is equal to angle A, opposite angles. 130 and B are again opposite angles. Now write the property first of all. Opposite angles of rhombus are congruent, and then that's why we can say angle A equals to 50 degree and angle B equals to 130 degree, and bang, our answer is over. Now write the final answer. Required angles are 50 degree, 130 degree, 50 degree, 130 degree, or as we require only three angles, just mention 130 degree, 50 degree and 130 degree. Isn't it easy? Yes. Now here we go with the next question on the board. The question is about parallelogram. Okay, the angles given to me are 3x minus 2 and 50 minus x. These both the angles are opposite angles of each other. Now which is the property of opposite angles in parallelogram? Yes, opposite angles of parallelogram are equal, and I need to find all other angles of that parallelogram. Very first, action plan. Yes, we will try to find the value of x. The moment we find the value of x, we will re-substitute it in the given angles, that is 3x minus 2 or 50 minus x. Once we get the value of angle, then we will consider one more angle which will be adjacent to that angle. And we know adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary, and then we can find that angle also. So this is our action plan, that in which we need to find the value of x first. So here we move. Very first, you write the property opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. That is why we can say 3x minus 2 is equal to 50 minus x, correct? As they are in bracket, remove the bracket first and write the sum as it is. Second step, always keep it in mind whenever you come across with this type of situation or the equation, you have to shift or move all the numbers with letter at one side of the equality and numbers without letter at one side of the equality. Okay, so 3x is the number with letter, right? So from the other side of the equality, that x which is in subtraction should be moved towards the 3x, right? And with 3x we have number without letter, that is negative 2. It should be moved to the other side of the equality, that is towards the 50. So very first you write 3x and 50 as it is. When x moves towards the 3x, it goes in positive. Why? Because over here it is in negative. 2 also, which is in negative, when move towards the 50 degree, it goes in positive. So as a result we have 3x plus x equals to 50 plus 2. Now add 3x plus x. How many x? 4x. Other side, 50 plus 2, 52. We get 4x equals to 52. And now that 4 which is in multiplication with x will be shifted to the other side in division, right? We get x equals to 52 divided by 4, and as a result we get the value of x, that is 13 on the board, right? Now that value of x, that is 13, we are gonna resubstitute in the given angle, that is 3x minus 2. What do we get then? 3 into 13 minus, as a result we get 39 minus 2, and then that gives the answer 37 degree. So in short, the given angles which are equal to each other, that is 3x minus 2 equals to 50 minus x, because they are opposite, are both the equals to 37 degree. Now first part of our solution is done. Second part is what? We will consider one adjacent angle for that 37 degree. So consider that, consider 37 and k are adjacent angle. But why are we doing this? Because adjacent angles are supplementary, the way property is written on the board. What do we get? 37 plus k equals to 180, because the property says that. So angle k will be found by subtracting 37 degree from 180, that results in k equals to 143 degree, right? And by finding this k, we have found all the angles of parallelogram which are required angles as 37 degree, 143 degree, 37 degree and 143 degree. The way I told you, always write them alternately. This is enough for today, boys and girls. Tomorrow we will be doing all the construction sums of this lesson. Be ready with your geometry box without fail. Stay tuned. See you soon.